Yo, video games, what is up? How we doing, guys? This is Unruly, and this video is you're thinking about going to EVO. Can I afford to go to EVO? I am going to EVO. Well, this video is here so I can help you out with that and get you started on your EVO journey. So let's go ahead. I'm going to lower this music. Mostly have it be in the background while I'm talking. So, like I said, this video is to help you for EVO 2024, and this EVO is going to be insane. It's going to be amazing. And just announced for EVO 2024, Maximilian Dude and Yo Video Games will be a part of EVO. For many years, we were always kind of a part. Maybe we would have a panel, but this year we will be a part of it. So there's good news. That's good news. So Maximilian and Yo Video Games. There's more announcements on what we're going to do for that, but there's good news. So we're going to be a part of it. Bad news, it's going to be a little difficult if you wanted to meet Max and the entire crew. Good news is there's probably going to be a good chance that you'll get to meet Steve, Simmons, and me. But Max is going to be a little bit more behind the scenes. And, you know, like normally he doesn't do EVO. I mean, he does do EVO all the time, but now he's been doing an EVO at home, and he's been providing an experience for people who've never been to EVO and wanted to go. He's doing the home experience. Well, this year we're combining the two. So Max is still going to have that home experience, except he's going to be at EVO. And why is it going to be hard to see? Because most of it is going to be behind scenes. So what that means, he's going to basically almost have like a Yo Video Game stream at EVO. But then what that gives the option to is maybe there's a big announcement. Maybe, you know, they're showing off, you know, one of the new games or something like that at EVO. Like, let's say Mark of the Wolves, right? Maybe they show it off and the developers come and talk to Max, and they show up on the Yo Video Game stream and they have a live playable demo of the game, something like that. It's being worked out. The announcement was made yesterday, so there's going to be a really cool Yo Video Games well, Maximilian and Yo Video Games collaboration at EVO. It's going to be insane. And for me, I was like going on the show floor, but Max has got, you know, a family man. He's got a young daughter. And, you know, he's trying to be, you know, not trying to bring back Ebola, because every time we go, Max somehow gets sick. But there'll be a good chance you might just catch him running around. But the thing is, it's not going to be like, hey, we're going to do a big panel, unfortunately. But Max will be there. Yo Video Games crew will be there. We'll have some Yo Video Game streams at EVO. We'll be watching the show. If there's new games available, you know, there's probably a chance we'll get to play them on the showroom floor. It's going to be a crazy EVO, and that's why I'm making this video, because this is a year you do not want to miss it. With that said, your boy, you know, is going to be walking around the showroom floor, in the arcade, hanging out with the community. So that's, you know, that's some good news, right? At least you might not get to see Max, but hey, you get to see Kenny, you get to see Simmons and Steve. We all love being out there and stuff like that. Max, and never before, and they say, oh, Max, no, Max loves being out there. We've been to so many EVOs, we've done so many panels, and when we do the panels, we make sure we're the last panel. Why? Because we want to make sure we shake hands and say hi to every single person. So it's not like, oh, Max is too good and fancy for, no. It's, you know, like he's doing a new thing with EVO, right? But so, you know, every time we've gone, Max will, to the best he can, you know, talk to people, shake hands. But the thing is, it's tough with EVO because Max is running around. But anyways, this video is to talk about, I'm here to help you with EVO, places to stay, tips, tricks. You know, the announcement of Yo Video Games and EVO collaboration. It's going to be insane. So this is a year you want to go for sure. And now, you know, with that Yo Video Game, with that Maximilian and Yo Video Games collaboration, I just wanted to put it out there. I think Max talked about it as well on his stream. So you'll get a chance to see most of the entire crew. with the exception of Max, who's going to be working like a madman. But this year's, it's going to be a great, great year. So with that said, whoa. Okay. Now, the reason I have this is the Las Vegas map. And this map that I have right here, I'm going to move myself away from here. Well, I have this up, well, because I'm going to teach you guys the best places to stay. While we're here, let me look, okay, over here. Well, there's the map. I am going to show you your closest hotels. Excuse me, you have the Resorts World right here. That's one of the sponsored. And I believe you're looking about $1,000. And you're like, God damn, for the whole trip at EVO. But that's $1,000 if you're staying by yourself. Then we have the Westgate, which is the LVH, very close. You see my cursor? You walk out from here. You walk here, walk here, walk here, and you get to the convention. Same with the Resorts World. Yeah, you kind of come around here. Tacos El Gordo's right there. Taco meetup with your boy Unruly, Ross. But anyways, you come over here, and you know, from here you go into the convention into the West Hall. This is where EVO is taking place. You have the Circus, which is also very close. I don't know if there's a back entrance, but you could possibly cross the street, go from here, and get into the convention. So with either of these hotels, the Westgate, you're looking about $1,000 with the discount. Now, that's if you're going by yourself. Every time I talk about EVO, I recommend getting roommates to make the hotel cheaper. You can sleep 4 comfortably. You can get comfortable with your homie. It's all good. You're just going to play some video games and have fun. So, like I said, that's one of my recommendations is bunking up, right? There ain't no, when you bunk up, guess what? You bring your console, you play some games in the hotel room, you go to bed, and that's it. And 4 sleeps comfortably. I don't know if, you know, you could sleep, you know, feet up, feet down, just make sure everyone takes a shower, right? So with the Westgate and Resorts World is a fantastic hotel. Now there's the Circus. The Circus is a very affordable option, but I'm going to be honest, your experience may vary. You may have a cool experience in Circus, or you may not have a cool. And like by not cool, it's not like, see, the Circus is about a 50 to 60-year-old hotel. The room is gonna be, it's hit or miss, right? You're gonna see a lot of videos saying, "Oh my God, Circus is terrible." It's about a Motel 6, but like on a bigger scale. You know, you're not gonna have your room's not going to be like full of trash or something like that. Like you're gonna have to do the research yourself. It's going to cost you maybe $400 something for that whole EVO weekend. There's a lot of videos talking trash about it. There's a lot of videos saying, hey, it's not as bad as people make it. So there you go. Like, and if you were gonna go, here's my recommendation. If you're gonna stay at the Circus, bring your sanitizer, bring some sanitizer spray. And the thing is, it's not that bad. It is a Vegas hotel. And if anything is wrong with your room, my advice is just to talk to the people. Talk to the people at the front desk and say, hey, this was in my room, this one, that. No, because like with the Circus being so cheap, yeah, you might have, you know, some funky neighbors. You might have neighbors that are, you know, working class people, right? I guess to so to say, right? You might have ladies or men of the night, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. But that's why your experience may be fine. You might have like a just normal night, normal room, go to sleep, or you can have, you know, loud neighbors or something. Like I've stayed there it is a budget hotel. Your experience may vary. So I don't want to be like, yo, Kenny, you told me to go stay at the Circus and there was some people having loud sex the entire night, or it was a I don't know. Like, I'm going to recommend a YouTube channel, this guy named Jacob, who just gives honest and open feedback, right? It's kind of like the Circus is like one of those things where like a video game is not that good and it's like it's more popular to hate the game. But the Circus is fine. If you just want to like place to sleep, if you want to save money, there's the Circus. My advice for the Circus, stay at the Circus, go next door to the Resorts World, eat at their food court. It's about the same price, but it's actually really nice food. There's the Fontainebleau. That's very expensive. It's also very close to the convention center, but it's also very expensive. This is the Fontainebleau. This is the convention center. It's a brand new hotel that took like 20 years to make. Benefits of staying at the Circus. You have the Adventure Dome. You have a theme park. You have an awesome arcade. You have you get free circus shows. Negatives, some of those arcade games might not work. You might find a CVS 2, you might find a Mortal Kombat 2. Some of those buttons don't work. It's not the arcade that it used to be, that if something was wrong, it would be fixed right away. I've played Mortal Kombat 2 there, and some of the buttons that didn't work 2 years ago still didn't work. Yeah, so, but like I said, it's just your experience may vary, and that's all I could say. But you can have that in almost any hotel. I've been in a nice hotel and I've had like something dirty, where sometimes you never know. Like sometimes the cleaning lady might have had a bad day, or something happened. So like I said, but the Circus is not an absolute horror show, but your experience may be. Just want to give that warning, right? Because it's like, man, I started this video, or you could be like, yo, okay, I said the Circus and it was dope. The room was clean and I played some games with the homies. So there we go. There's a McDonald's right there. It gets kind of full. There's lots of fun. Like the Travel Lodge, I wouldn't do. But what was it? 3.8, right? So 3.8. I would much rather stay at the Circus than the Travel Lodge. It's very tiny. I wouldn't recommend that for sure. All right. So with that said, Resorts World, like LVH, are great. They are very close to the convention. Now, my recommendation with EVO is always going with a roommate. Splitting $1,000 between 4 people is much more reasonable. Much more reasonable. Between 2 people, much more reasonable. 3 people. And if you do 3 people, maybe one person just, takes turns sleeping on the floor. If you don't mind sleeping with a homie, just do it. It ain't no thing. It's just sleep. So now, the reason I had this map up, I'm going to give you guys some fantastic options that are on the strip that are very inexpensive. And the reason I have the Las Vegas monorail map is because any hotel that is connected to the monorail is a fantastic choice for Vegas, and much cheaper because it's not close to the convention, so you will not be paying for those convention prices. And you'll just be at a very close distance. So, with one of the cheapest ones we can go is the Oyo Hotel. I've stayed there when EVO was right here in the Mandalay Bay, and it was not half bad. It's no luxury resort. It's just you got a standard, nice, clean room, and yeah, and it's going to be probably your cheapest option. You're probably looking at around $400 for the entire time at EVO. So now, if you're one of those people that I don't really like, roommate situation, I kind of need to be alone or something like that, it's just better for me. If you're just doing by yourself, the Oyo is great, because guess what? You go from the Oyo, you walk across the street, and you are at the MGM station for the monorail. And the monorail will take you all the way to right here, the Boingo Station and Las Vegas Convention Center. And you can get yourself like a 4-day pass for like $30-$40 or something like that, and you'll have access to the monorail back and forth to the Strip, so you have your situations taken care of. You will not need to walk that far, you will not need to Uber that far, but you're going to have to walk from here to here and get off at the monorail station, which is kind of fantastic. The monorail's nice. I took it when I was at TwitchCon, and it's really neat. You get to walk, you get to go right in front of the globe. It's fantastic at night. It's a great view of the globe. So the Oyo, if you're really looking at a budget and you stay 4 people, you have a fantastic deal. I mean, that would be 4 people, you'd be paying like $100 for hotel. We're going to move to the Horseshoe, which is previously the Bally's, and that's probably one of the best hotels that you could stay in Vegas. The Bally's, aka Horseshoe, is probably the best value you can get in Vegas. Fantastic rooms. The rooms are actually mostly bigger than the majority of hotels, right? You're getting like probably an extra 250 square feet. So the Horseshoe is fantastic. You are 1, 2, 3, 4 stops from the convention center. Really quick. Then you have the Flamingo, fantastic hotel, great value, probably a cheaper option, and a really nice pool. So really pool with some waterfalls and some water slides. It's awesome. Then you have the Harris, which is probably maybe the cheaper of the options, and the Link. This is also a great stop because you have like the big wheel, there's a In-N-Out nearby, there's a really cool nightlife going on. It's great, it's center of the Strip, and you are 1 station away from the convention center. Those are, to me, are your best options for EVO. There's some other hotels and stuff like that, but the research that I did, it's like some of the best things. So, okay, so let's come over here and we're gonna go take a look, like we're booking. Let's just say, then prices may change by the time you watch this video. Prices may change. So we're going to check in. It depends. If you're not competing at EVO, you could show up Friday. But you want to check in Thursday, pick up your badge, and you want to leave Monday. Check in, and you want to leave. This is at the Horseshoe. You're looking at $91. You could take a look at the rooms. They are nice rooms. I've stayed there many times. It's actually really good. And you're connected to the monorail. It's usually where I stay when I go to Vegas. I usually stay there because it's in the center. It's a good value, nice rooms. Here's the Flamingo. Coming Thursday. We're leaving Monday. Wow, about 130. So I think it went up. Also, I would recommend, it actually went up. Wow, I actually paid a much cheaper price when I was looking the other day. So I was researching and it was much cheaper. It shot up. So wait, no, that's July 4th. That's no wonder. Okay. Pardon me. Update. Okay, there he is. 87. No wonder. I was like, damn. So it's a smaller room, 350 square feet. You could still probably get the double one, but it's not a bad room. Yeah, still 360 square feet, 2 beds. Nothing extremely fancy, but a really good deal. Also, why I like it, it's got a really good pool. The Flamingo's got a significantly good pool. And sometimes you want to take a break at EVO. Sometimes you want to get away from the heat and jump in the pool. The Harris, you're 1 station away. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're gonna go in Thursday, leave Monday. $89 a night, 280 square feet. Wow, it's actually smaller. Let us take a look at the room. Nice. It's actually probably looks like a little nicer than the Flamingo. Not as nice pool. You're 1 station away. You are in a good location because you're near a lot of, you're near the link. There's a lot of cool restaurants. There's a In and Out. You are 1 station away from the convention center. I mean, those are some of the best options you have right there. Let's look at the Oyo. Now, I always recommend incognito mode because what happens, and sometimes they like to, your cookies. I'm like, oh man, they were looking. Okay, we're just gonna make it a little like with flights and stuff. So incognito mode. I never use this is the only reason I ever use incognito mode for. So July, Thursday. This is the Oyo. $55 a night. We want to take a look at the room. I mean, the room looks solid. That is crazy. That is very inexpensive. But like I said with the Oyo, you are kind of the furthest away. You're about 2.5 miles away from the venue. But you're 2.5 miles away. And we come over here. So you're right here. But you're close to this station. MGM was kind of a little bit expensive, and the MGM is ginormous. But you're right here. So, little walk. So now imagine if you got 4 homies and you're splitting that makes it affordable. So EVO can be affordable, friends. It can be affordable if you know what to do and where to go. And those are my best picks. I was gonna do Resorts World. I still may do Resorts World because it's a cool hotel. It is badass. It's nice. It's walking distance, but it just depends on your budget. And like I said, if you don't mind, it would take you, the monorail comes around every 5 to 8 minutes in the station, and it's a small ride to where you have to go, and you'll save money. Because let's say if you were staying at, let's say, the Treasure Island, then you would have to kind of walk super far all the way to this monorail station, or you would have to take an Uber, or if you did staying at the Encore, or the Aria, or some of these other hotels, you would probably have to take an Uber. But if you get that day pass on the monorail, you're covered. You can go to the convention, then you have access to the monorail, and you can go to many different parts of Vegas. My biggest recommendation are these 3 casinos. I'm not paid or sponsored by any one of them. But, and like I said, you might even get a bad experience. I don't know. But like I said, it's Circus. You could do it too. You could be right there. So those are your options. Oh yes, and I am going to recommend you to this guy, Jacob's Life in Vegas. This guy is a great Vegas provider. Content creator. He's fantastic because he's very honest and very open. He reviews many of the casinos and he tells you like it is. I've been to Vegas hundreds of times in my life, so I know this guy is very legit. He's not like sponsored by any of the casinos. He's gonna tell you straight up. He's like, hey, I've stayed at this hotel. Here's what it's like. It's going to be an honest and fair review. If you're looking at anybody's reviews for Vegas, Jacob's Life in Vegas, take a look. You can go to his channel and probably type in a casino and he'll tell you. He has something, he has like videos on Circus. Like, see? So he's got his video on Circus, and it's honest. He said
it's about this place here.
He said there was his room was dirty. One time when he went, and he talked to them, and they comped him, and they gave him extra room. So he's honest and open. And if you wanted to know more about Las Vegas, I would recommend his channel. It's a great channel to check out. But going back to my EVO guide for 2024. When you go into EVO and you show up, oh yes, ADHD, memory, kicking in or whatever. Going to the Yo Video Games Discord is a great place to find a roommate for EVO. Because like, let's say, well, I don't know, like you have a lot of friends if you're in the Yo Video Games community and you're active and you're in the chat, you know some of these people. And a lot of them will be going to EVO and a lot of them will be like, hey, I'm going to EVO, I'm looking for a roommate. Like if you couldn't afford to go by yourself, right? So like I've given you an option, the Uyo Hotel, if you wanted to go by yourself and you're like, well, I don't know about a roommate, the Oyo will be your best bet. But let's say I want to stay something nicer, look for a roommate. And it's a great way. That's the way the majority of people do it in Vegas. They get roommates, and it's a lot of fun. Why? Because you bring your consoles, you bring your fight sticks, you bring your hitboxes, and you play games in the room, and it's fun. So I think that's a fantastic option right there. Looking for roommates. There is a Yo Video Games Discord dedicated to EVO. So that's step number one. I give you options to stay by yourself, affordable options, depending on how much money you want to spend, because I know it is difficult. A lot of people from all over the place. And flights, depending how far you can carpool, some of those options. But, so I'm going to go to the tips and tricks. Number one for EVO, bring yourself a hydro flask, bring yourself a water bottle. And first thing you do is when you get out, go look for your local CVS. It's a drugstore. Go there and whatchamacallit, buy your supplies, buy buy a big thing of water, buy your beef jerkies, your protein bars and snacks. That way you're going to be hydrated, you're going to have food, and you'll be cool. Buy your medication. I always have migraine medicine because I do get migraines. So hit CVS up first. Get your water, get your snacks, get a hydro flask so you can hold water. EVO's been doing an amazing job of having water fillers in the stadiums. They did it like last year, so that's just always good because water is very expensive in Vegas. And there's no place to get like free water. And if you do get water, it tastes like chlorine. And most places want to charge you $6 per water. Having snacks like beef jerky and protein bars will keep you filled until you have to eat. So yeah, that's some of my number one rules. If you plan to drink responsibly. You can buy some of your own alcohol and walk around the strip with it. But like I said, drink responsibly. No open glass containers in Vegas. Hydrate. Always have a buddy system, so yeah. those are some of my biggest tips for EVO this year. Hey, am I streaming? Wow, this is a stream. I didn't know this was a stream. I thought I hit record, so I guess this is a stream. Awesome. So I'll just have to make this video. I hit the wrong button. So this is a live stream, and it's a YouTube video. Wow, I really hit the stream button. This is awesome. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. I did this video the other day on the stream, but it was much longer. This is a much more condensed video. So, yeah, that's it. That's my guide for EVO 2024. It's going to be awesome. Yo Video Games will be a part of the show. We're going to be doing cool stuff. I gave you some great options on where to stay. My personal recommendations. Your experience may vary, so don't be like, man, I stayed at the Flamingo, or I stayed at the Harris, and there was an old lady sleeping in my bed when I got into the room. I don't know. Stuff happens in Vegas. It's crazy. But yeah, that's it. Remember, bring your own snacks. Tacos El Gordo. Although we're going to do Tacos Birria. We're going to do a taco meetup as well. But I guess that's it. Thank you. I didn't know I was streaming. I wasn't supposed to stream. I was supposed to hit record. I hit the wrong button. All right. And now I'm going to go take a look at the chat. But yeah, thank you guys. And let's see. Is the outro? Yeah.